welcome back! This episode is a weird one. This episode will tell you how much Ace cares about Luffy, how he investigated the crew. Also, I'm gonna show you the proof where long time ago Mihawk says that East Blue is the weakest of all blue. So I'm gonna compare the East Blue into the Grand Line for now, and you will see how bad East Blue looks like. This is going to be in the final part of the Power Level series. Episode 96, let's go! Lastly, the Fire Fist joined the crew temporarily. Smoker realizing that Crocodile is a threat, at least for Luffy, from Luffy's perspective. So he's thinking about that. So we have Ace, we have Luffy, and we have Smoker. If they all gang up on Crocodile and his men, it might be actually possible to take down the Warlord now. Don't forget, every one of them have a different goals. Luffy's goal is to beat Crocodile. Ace's goal is to beat down Blackbeard, because he killed his own crewman. And Smoker's main goal is actually Luffy, so neither of them actually to join forces. But if that happens, it's actually possible. Let's see what's gonna happen. Is that Usopp? Captain Rice Ball Usopp. They are so nice to Ace. And they have to clean it up. Such a nice breeze. Holy moly. Multitasking. Zoro's doing more things than one. Everything in the hands of one small dog we're not gonna be even recognized later on, because why? Bad joke. Deeper goal. Yeah, he's actually a pirate. Why he's supposed to be settled down? Ah, Ace actually give us another perspective from it. 50 degrees. Dancer outfit. Sanchi. So, do we go into Yuba? All of us, or somebody staying on the ship? What's that? Another animal. Okay. Usopp got creamed. He beat all of them. Okay? Stance. Yeah, like this. Yeah. 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 Like this. Yeah. Let's set out for you, but he actually taught him how to line up. Wow. Luffy won it as well. So they're gonna defend the ship now? Because who stay on the ship? Nobody, really. Nami, Luffy's going, Sanji's going, Ace going, Vivi's going, Zoro's going, Usopp's going. Everybody's going. Nobody stays on the ship. City of Green. But we have a powerhouse right now. If we will go directly for Crocodile, when Luffy and Ace, they should be enough. That's a powerhouse, right? 2 characters from top 10 for the whole series so far. Rain summoning powder. Okay, we could. Yeah, we heard about that from Luffy and his journey already in the previous episode.
要するに本来なら風に乗って流されていくっていう仕組みなの。だから、そっか。ほっときゃ隣の国に自然に降るはずだった雨をよ。おめえの父ちゃんが悪いぞ。バカ！はめられたんだよ。Sanji always defending the girls.
He's hammering Luffy. And that's sad, obviously. Everybody ran away from the city, which means the people survived, right? It is what the king wanted, like when the pirates attacked and Crocodile defended them at the very beginning, last 2 episodes. And he was happy that nobody got hurt. So the same thing with here, yeah, okay, the city got destroyed, but another city can be built. It's not like a big deal. I can understand the rain is a big deal. It has to be explained and investigated for sure. Otherwise, the king can collapse the kingdom. Yeah, there's some casualties I see. It could be an invader, you never know. It could be actually a member of Baroque War or some random skeleton. Could be him. Yeah. If you don't investigate, you cannot be sad about it. She's overly sad. Let's continue the end of episode. So don't forget to give me a like and subscribe. I really need that still. Yeah, so we're having a journey. Nobody stays on the ship. Apart of those animals who actually can defend it nicely. They beat up those suppers, so they are not that weak actually. They got through like ruins now. It was used to be a big city. There was one casualty, but who knows who was that. Casualties will be whatever decision you make, so there's no option where there's only good things happening. There's always be an opposite side. Let's crack on to the next one. Episode 97. Stop fighting, Chopper. Yeah, you were carrying by Zoro, by the way. Why? Is it that extreme weather then? He's just noticing everything. It's like testing something, isn't it? Maybe checking the crew, if it's good or not. He's in fact the older brother, so he probably wants to check out how the Luffy's crew behaving and everything. Just one drink, Luffy, one mouthful. He spilled so much water! Come on, it wasn't one mouthful, just Luffy's mouth is big! What he's watching about? Definitely suspicious looks from Ace. Yeah, he's just on the side. He has the log post as well, I see. People always gather around him. Okay, so he knew to check out on him. Something is coming? Don't forget that in last episodes, when the avalanche happened in the Drum Island, Sanji broke couple of bones. We have to treat the nature actually quite seriously here, because Sanji level characters can lose to it. Okay, he was kind of in a situation where normally he maybe will not it, but we do not know. Now we're having a sandstorm. What kind of damage the sandstorm can deal? Everybody's down? Really? Okay, Ace jumping up first. Nothing really happened to him. Looks like everybody's good. For real? Let's go to the rocks! Let's go to eat some food! Oh, maybe they got into the sandstorm. Okay, he's calling for a doctor. Yeah, it's really handy to have Chopper in there. What? What's up with those birds? The birds stole everything. Really? Yeah, go get them, Luffy. What's that? What's that? Is it a plant? Or is it a monster? Yeah, figured it's something. No, right. Yeah, he easily get out. Nah, Luffy is so easy to persuade. He's already helping him. What? What's now? Frog. Dragon, alright. Looks like a Grand Line monster. I broke some meat. Bring some food. It's a really good point, Luffy. That's what I was thinking. Pity the monsters. What's down? What? Oh, he grilled it already, the meat? What? Oh, it's the same camel? Okay. Looks like we have only one camel in Alabasta. Got food? Got camel? What else you need? This is the end of the episode. We're gonna stop here. We're still traveling actually from this city, what was called? Erumaru, yeah, to the Yuba. We still have a 1/10 of it of the journey, so that's a long journey. We got a pretty Grand Line monster or Alabasta monster levels there through, but looks like they are not big deal for Luffy, for Ace. Yeah. As we can say with them, it's like a very easy journey. This is such a powerhouse. We're supposed to even better to go straight for Crocodile if Ace will be still around. That would be a big help, I think. Ace was really wondering about the crew. I saw he was really suspiciously looking at the crew. I don't know why. He was testing it. He was like checking if they are worth it to travel with Luffy. I don't know, but he was really like looking from behind and was like, yeah. Then he was apologizing all of a sudden for them. But if that was actually his real goal, or he just simply said that to, to hide his true intent? We have to wait till he reveal it, or maybe he will not reveal it. But for me, how it looks like he was just testing them in case if they fit for Luffy. Vivi being annoying, not annoying. Vivi is worried about everything. She even spoke with Ace about Luffy and how their relationships is there. Which it was a nice touch actually for Ace, because Ace get know better about how they're interacting, which is good in my opinion. For now, let's go to the power levels. Maybe we can find something there and see open power levels. Welcome to power levels. In today's episode, we're gonna have two characters, Kung Fu Dugongs, I think that is his name, and almost forgotten Mr. 2. Because last time in previous episode in Mr. 2, we didn't have space because we had so many characters. Finally, we have only like one character in this episode, so it's gonna be here. But before that, we need to bring ourselves all the rules what we justifying for, which is, first of all, is the winning by one punch. If the character can win a fight with a one punch, we justify he's twice stronger. The second rule is winning without fighting seriously. It don't has to happen with one punch. It just win, but if the character really playing around, that means he's 10 times stronger. And the third rule is basically applying both previous rules, which is not fighting seriously and winning with one punch, which gives him 20 times stronger. So let's go back to video now. So let's start it. Kung Fu Dugongs. I think it's Dugongs instead of dungeon. Minimum strength, yeah, because we're starting always with minimum strength. So what we can tell, we got only one scene actually with them. Simply they want a fight and Usopp give it to them, isn't it? He jumped off from the ship and got creamed, got off screen. So we cannot apply any of the rules really in case of minimum strength because he got off screen, but we have our hidden rules. So if the fight was concluded, if it has a winner, draw even, but it is concluded. So Kung Fu Dugongs and Usopp was off screen, but we know it was plenty of them, and we know Usopp's strength. So Usopp's average strength is 55, ladies and gents. We could say that we technically can apply not fighting seriously because after the fight they were cocky, they were looking for more fights. But the difference is it was so many of them that we cannot justify that was 1v1 fight. It is safe to assume that he rival all of them, or at least few of them. So minimum strength, find the winner position. So normally it's gonna be most of the time minimum strength. It's gonna be the average of beaten character. It's fairly easy. Kung Fu Dugongs, minimum strength 55. Maximum strength now. Obviously, after the fight, Luffy kicks in. Looks like he wasn't fighting seriously, and he defeated all of them. Clearly, he used only minimum strength to beat them up, so the maximum strength of a Kung Fu Dugongs would be 400, which is a minimum strength of Luffy. So we will have a range between 55 and 400, but I have one more factor which is more accurate. So we will go back to fight with Usopp now. There is one look when Usopp was beaten on the ground. We can say easily he have so many bruises. He taken basically more than one attack. So if he taken more than one attack, this is actually one of our rules, which is winning by one punch, because it's clearly Usopp wasn't down, or at least we can justify that one attack wasn't enough to finish him off. That means Kung Fu Dugongs didn't win with one punch, and we can easily say that because all of their shape is the same, that they are equal at strength, so all of the hits is equal. Yeah, that means one of them would not win with Usopp by one punch, and this is actually the rule, that if he cannot win with one punch, then he is not twice stronger than the opponent. That means Kung Fu Dugongs is no stronger than 110. Kung Fu Dungeons will be between 55 and 100, and that gives, ladies and gents, the average strength of 83. It actually gives 82.5, but this is rounding up if it's 5. Yep, so it's 83. Case closed. To the Mr. 2 Bone Clay. So, we could say that on the Little Garden he had some argue with his navigator because he couldn't find Mr. 3, so he was basically unleashing on the navigator. Navigator was terrified, navigator was put to the tree, so basically this is like one punch win. He will have at least 20 strength because that's actually winning by one punch, and we know the no-name pirate, because this is, I will treat it still the Baroque works as a piracy, and he don't have a name, which means his average strength will be like random pirate, which is 10. So Bone Clay would actually have 20 plus minimum strength. But I have better justification, because the pattern how I was following with Baroque works, I was treating minimum strength of the stronger Mr., like Mr. 3 and Mr. 4, for example, is average strength of Mr. 5. So in our case, Mr. 2 minimum strength, I will put as average strength of Mr. 3. It's safe to assume that Crocodile knows their strength. So when he says that send Mr. 2 to eliminate Mr. 3, Mr. 2, in his eyes, based on his knowledge, have to be 100% capable of dealing with Mr. 3 and defeating him. And we know average strength of Mr. 3, it's 204, which means the minimum strength on Bone Clay, Mr. 2, it's gonna be 204. In case of maximum strength, we do not have any evidence, any fight that he will be actually pushed. So I have to close the case. So let's go to our power ranking, to our table, to see the comparable characters. Let's see how we justify. Let's learn it a little. So Mr. 2 would be in position 24. He is gaining the title of Grand Line Monster. That means characters like Momo, like every single desert creature which show up in today's episode, like this dragon or frog, whatever you like to call it, this plant gig, all of them are Grand Line Monsters. All of them are strength similarly like 178, which is a Grand Line Monster level, possibly 175. I could lower that down. So he can beat that. He's clearly gonna be stronger because we do not have his maximum strength, but we do not know exactly what is his maximum strength, so we cannot say exactly again if he can beat those monsters with a one punch like Ace did. Which is why Ace's minimum strength is as high as it is. Going back to the comparison, 24th position is Bonkley, 25th is obviously Mr. Free because this is the strength we based on, so it have to be 240. Obviously the Bonkley is stronger. Then below is Vapol, ladies and gents, so he can win with Vapol. Vapol wasn't super threatening, to be honest, in previous arc, drum arc, so that's kind of fair statement to say that he will win with him. Hypnotized Butch, I mean, he's Butchie on drugs. For those who don't know, it's a Captain Kuro officer, and obviously the Grand Line Monster. But above him is actually Tashigi, but I do believe he would be eventually stronger than Tashigi because the strength is like 5 difference. Tashigi is 23rd with 5 more, which is 209, and Bonkley 204 is a minimum strength in comparison to Tashigi. Let's say the Tashigi minimum strength is just 40. Then we have the Arlong officer, I will say even Vice Captain Hachi with a strength of 231. That might be decent and probably might be even equal, depends how strong is Mr. to maximum strength. Let's go to the Kung Fu Dugongs, which is, I think, more interesting now. Maybe less interesting is that they actually spot on 39 position, but the most interesting is the comparison, which I mentioned in the introduction, that there is a proof in today's episode that statement what Michał said, that East Blue is the weakest of all the blues. Basically, one of the proofs is here and now. So what's the proof? The proof is strength of the Kung Fu Dungeons, because they are 82.5, which is 83. And this is exactly comparable to position above him to, ladies and gents, Sham and Butchie. Not the hypnotized Butchie, which I said it previously. It's base Butchie, which is strength 83, because they are, ladies and gents, the officers, threatening officers, because the crew was afraid of them, of the Kuro pirates, which stationed on the East Blue. Officers. That's not a pirate group who came from the Grand Line like the fishmen. Yes, so it's not them. They are one of the strongest characters on East Blue, and they are comparable in strength to the little animal in the Grand Line who is not even close to Grand Line monster level. They are literally a turtle or Kung Fu Dungeons. And they are having similar strength to the pirate officers. And check it out. If Usopp jump on the Kung Fu Dungeons, he getting off screens. If Usopp will jump on Sham and Butchie, and let's say there is a 20 Shams and 20 Butchies, and he will just get that, Usopp would be off screen, isn't it? I don't think any one of us will even have a doubt in it. So saying that East Blue is the weakest, okay, we don't know the other blues, but in comparison to the Grand Line, that simple wild animals are strength of the officers on the ship is pretty telling. 95, slightly barely stronger than him, is Vice Captain on the same pirate ship, which is Django the Hypnotist, strength of 95. Vice Captain, literally 12 points higher than the wild animal on the Grand Line. No wonder they're not even thinking about going to Grand Line. They don't even thinking what is the Kuro. Captain was thinking just to settle down on the island, just control the island on one of the weakest of the East Blue. That's it, because what else you can have, what you can do. Yeah. And they also beating the Marine Elite again. It's kind of from the East Blue, I think. The daddy, the parent. They have Miss Valentine, Vice Admiral Gap, but this 42 position Vice Admiral is only the minimum strength, so he is going way up, especially if that is his minimum strength. Then Captain Morgan, holy moly, the animal, wild creature on the Grand Line, stronger than the captain, the main, the strongest character on the whole island. When I don't know what arc was that, on the island when Coby was trying to join, when everybody, I remember when Luffy and Coby was walking down the road, and whenever they said Captain Morgan name, everybody on the island were hiding. And he is 12 points weaker than the wild animal on the desert turtle or Kung Fu Dungeon. That's it for today. So you know what is happening with the East Blue. I believe there are some stronger individuals on the East Blue, of course, but it's very limited amount. See you in the next episode.